Before we hear from our panelists, we have the great privilege of welcoming Mark Loretta, the former all-star infielder for the San Diego Padres. But at Voices for Children, Mark is very special to us for an additional reason. He previously served as one of our stellar CASA volunteers, and he supported 2 youth.
You know, after I retired, I did do some work with the Padres, more on the baseball operations side, and I was really looking to get involved in the community. I went to an information meeting at Voices for Children headquarters, and then decided to go ahead and do the classes. It's about 35 hours, as a lot of you know. It's you can spread out over several weeks, and learned a ton during that time. And then was assigned a case. As Kelly said, I had a brother group, 2 young, really a rewarding thing for me to see these young boys, to help them, with whatever they needed educationally or recreationally. We spent a lot of time. These were 2 young boys that loved to go to, we found this trampoline place that we would go to once a month, and they would jump around and just have a blast and kind of forget about their troubles for a little while. So again, I'm honored that you guys had me to speak tonight.
Kelly, and thank you, Mark, for being here with us. I am super excited to be here this evening, and more so than anything, just because for some of these youth or young adults that we have on the panel with us this evening, I've known for over a decade, and they are just incredible people, incredible men. And
hi everyone, my name's Sean Green. I live in San Diego. I'm currently 29, going on 30 this year.
And it's really great to be here. My name is Swamir Swarina. I'm a licensed behavioral psychologist. I'm based out of Seattle, Washington.
My name is Joshua Brinkhurst. I'm out here on the East Coast here in Connecticut.
My name is Anthony O'Leary. I am 21 years old and am currently a senior at UCLA.
Around that time that you were detained and brought into the system, and ask that if you would, each of you share just briefly what those circumstances were. And
my brother and I are sleeping, and I just remember being woken up to police officers, and they pretty much just had their flashlights on because everyone's asleep. It's very dark, and they pretty much told us like, hey, you're gonna come with us for the evening. We're not sure exactly where your mother is.
Explain some of the abuse we went through. It was physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. I remember getting trapped outside for days on end, no food, things like that.
Went with my dad, and he started facing some alcoholism and struggle with drugs, and just dealing with life was tough. So he kind of took it out on me.
In the U.S., I was born in Honduras. At the age of 16, I was back to the U.S. And I was a victim of commercial sexual exploitation of children for 6 months. Big shock, right? Ending up in the U.S. In a place, in a country where I don't speak the language. I have no family here, biological family that could have offered some comfort or something. Unfortunately, didn't have that, to which why having a CASA was really pivotal and life-changing to me.
And how did your CASA, Art, Tim, Daniel, how did they help to make sure that you got those opportunities to stay engaged in sports?
It wasn't the sports and the outdoor experiences and the new things that he showed me to that made our connection powerful, but I think that was just the realm, the space that we had to share what I was going through.
And the way Tim kind of motivated me was, simply just showing up. He never told me when he would. He would always ask when my games were. I would never tell him. And I was always appalled about how he was able to get that information.
Art took us to our first Charger game here in San Diego when the Chargers were in San Diego. I ended up playing football, and I would say a big part of the reason I fell in love with football was from that experience.
Marco also took me to my first baseball game, and with the Padres against Dodgers, and oh my goodness, that was a really good game. And I don't know.
For our first experiences, whether it's dinner or it's playing music or going to our sporting events, I think those are little things that might seem a little too the everyday kid at that age, but for someone that's so broken at the time, I think it means the world to us.
And for you to be here right now, just by being here, you are making an impact. You are playing a role into voices, into CASAs, and most importantly, into foster youth and young human beings that are troubled. So thank you, guys.
And just the impact he had on me is life-changing. And the only thing he did was just he stayed consistent, and he showed up. Whether we said one word or we said 1,000 words, he was there.
I'm a changed man. I'm a good man because of my CASA.